So I wanted to show you when you pay the $200 level, the SEO, the press release that PR Web does. Did that come through yet? We're doing a few things at once here. Interesting. Oh, that's it right there. So, in order to get SEO benefit from a press release, you want to have what you call a text link in the press release around a particular keyword. So if you want, in your case, one of the keywords we want your site to rank for is Atlanta Pest Control Company. So within the release, we've got the phrase we're using, Atlanta Pest Control Company. But it's not just that we're using the phrase, we're using that particular phrase to hyperlink back to your website.
Okay.
That's really what you want to get an SEO benefit long term. Because what happens is this release will fall off of page 1 for certain by next Monday. Okay. Even though you can't see this release anymore, if it was an SEO release, and let's say they got that word in there, if it's a 300 word release, so therefore they got a 1% keyword density.
Right.
So that Atlanta Pest Control is in there, that phrase 3 times.
Right.
And each time that word links back to their website, then those are 3 backlinks coming from a very reputable domain pointing to your website.
Right.
That's where the SEO benefit comes in. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So.
Wow.
Okay, so PR Web, #1 site I would use for that if you've got the budget. If you don't have the budget, go WebWire. Again, just $25 to get the release distributed. And if you want, here's what you can always do on Fiverr. You can go to Fiverr and you could just ask people. You can do a search and say, hey, I need to see, well, you can just tell from the ratings. How to do press release submission to 10 top PR sites, manual process, $5. I don't know what that means. But the way I use this, as soon as I do my search, then I click on rating after I've logged in, typically. Okay, so now, see, okay, well, that's not what I want though. Scroll down some more. I will write a professional 400 words press release for you for $5. Super seller, top rated seller. Okay, I'm interested. Click here. I got 36 in queue. Tell you they're gonna take 5 days. I got a 98% rating. Not bad. So you read through what they say, but here's what you're really looking for: how many positive reviews, how many negative, how many people collected the gig. I got reason to believe that, and when you're looking at reviews, what you really want, anybody can write 2 words, 3 words. These are the reviews you really want. Somebody who says something a little more. The PR Amit wrote me was top notch. It is now widely spread and traffic is coming in nicely. We'll order more from Amit. Okay, good stuff. Pretty good. I will use this service again. This was good job. Okay. All right. Amit made huge effort to make the article right. He cares about his customers and it's a pleasure to deal with him. Okay, good. I like that. See, these are the ones I'm looking for. All those 2 were. That's how I use Fiverr.
Okay.
Okay. But if you get, now, then of course I want to see what the negative say. You just copied what I sent you and tweaked it. I can write better than what you sent me now. LOL. The worst gig I've ever bought on Fiverr. Ooh, 5 days ago. Interesting. Okay. Poorly written, had to rewrite the entire release myself. Okay. I usually don't give negative reviews because it's a $5 investment, but this press release was very poorly written. It wasn't worth $2. I probably spent more time fixing it than he did writing it. The grammar was such that English is probably not this person's first language. Be warned. Okay, those are the, I'm gonna pay attention to those.
Yeah.
You know, but that's how I use Fiverr in short.
Okay.
Okay, for any service I'm gonna go after. This, I just found out about this, even in doing some research. I can speak more to high PR blog than I can for this service. Again, I have not used this. I went to the site. It's something I would research and possibly use.
Okay.
But here's the thing. High PR blog posts. Well, high PR, what that means is PR stands for page rank. So, let me do this. Well, I could have left it. It's right there. Interesting. PageRank says a lot about the authority that Google bequeaths to your site. Let's say it that way. So I got a PageRank 1. I have not paid like almost no attention to my website in the last year. I've been busy, and it really just, it hadn't been a priority for me. Okay. I think I probably had a PageRank of 2 or 3 at one point. And probably within the next 3 months, I'm like, I gotta come back and just revamp this. But again, all this is a free set of tools you can get at SEO Book, which great resource. It's the leading website online for do-it-yourself SEO.
Okay.
If you want to join them, it's about $400 a month. But they are literally, if I was going to go somewhere and pay somebody for do-it-yourself SEO, that's where I'd go.
Okay.
And without thinking about it. Very reputable, good tools, good resource. Now, that being said, a high PR blog is a blog or a website that has considerably, it's considered, it gives authority content. Here's Seth Godin. I just know he's got a really good site, but I don't know what, I know he's got a good, you know, that's interesting. Okay, 6. That's pretty good. If you got 7, 8, or 9, you're like banging, you know. And if you want to see, and I'm really just kind of putting it in context for you. Oh, that's interesting. They're not reporting their pair. That's interesting. That's really interesting. They're not reporting. Huh. Ain't that something? Oh, here's another one. See. 8. Okay. One of the highest traffic websites in the world.
So a 1, but you had a 1 on yours.
Right. You want to be 7, 8, or 9.
Okay, I see what you're saying. I
Yeah.
see. Okay.
Yeah, I hadn't paid any.
So 1 out of 10 is basically what it is.
Right.
Got it.
Yeah. So, you know, if you looked at eBay, Facebook, probably Facebook, that'll be a good one. Yeah. It takes work, man. It's a real work to get a page rank that's up there. See, they got a 9. It takes work. So, but I just wanted to point that out. So, a high PR blog is a blog that has a high page rank. High PR blog post. So what this means is you write a blog post, but that blog post gets posted on a high PR blog. Now, here's how SEOs do that. Which is why I really do. From what I looked at, I really do. I think this is a good service. I got it from a very credible reference. This is something I need to look into as I circle back and go back to doing some more website marketing. But what you want is you want to find blogs that have a 7, 8, 9 page rank, and you want your articles, your content posted on those sites.
Okay.
Because when you have links pointing from, if this has a page rank of 9, this has a page rank of 8, this has a page rank of 7, then what happens is, let me say it to you this way. It's like, who would you rather to endorse you? Some unknown Joe on the street or CNN?
Yeah, CNN, of course.
CNN has a higher page rank. Okay, that's the value of having a blog post on a high page ranking blog. Now here's how SEOs do that. SEOs will, and I haven't totally figured out how to do this because I'm like, I got a good team that I outsource SEO to. Okay, great results, reasonable fees. I can provide great value for a reasonable investment, and that's how I approach it. Now, if I really wanted to like dig deep, then what I would do is I would start building my own network of blogs, and I would add content to them on a regular basis, and I would build the page rank so that I actually own like 12, 15, 30 different websites that I own, and they all have a high page rank. So now when I have clients, I just take your content and I put it on my own network of highly page ranked blogs.
Right.
That's how the inner workings of a company that's really dedicated to SEO. That's what they do.
Wow, but making sure, I mean, one, creating those blogs, making them consistent, and making sure that you get them frequently enough, and they're relevant. I mean, all those things, and then making sure they get posted, obviously, is all part of the mechanics that go into that.
Yeah, which is a lot of time, it's a lot of expertise, and it takes a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have to specialize if you're going to do something like that, which is why I haven't, because I know SEO. I do my own SEO, but when it really comes down to it, to deliver results, it's like, okay, if I went that deep over there, then there's a whole lot of other things I just have to forsake. Now, so okay, so we've covered everything on a high level. Now let's come back, and I want to just kind of work through showing you what a couple of these things look like, and a couple of the most significant things, what do they really look like. So let's make sure. Okay, good. So there's your file. It's in there. It's been saved to the hard drive. So that's what I forgot to bring you. I'll send it to you. Okay, so what I want to do now is go back here. Now I'm ready to delete the clone.
Is that rain?
I don't think so. I hope not. PHP. No, well, you, oh, why'd you do that? You deleted it. That's what, yeah. There we go. Okay, so now I'm ready to do the major update. So I'm gonna come in here and I just want to click this. All of that to click this blue button. Beautiful. That's what I wanted to see. It's quick and it's easy, but if that hadn't backed it up first and something goes wrong, then that's too much to have to deal with on the back end. So now you've got the latest version of WordPress.
Now is that on, so that's the version that anyone who signs into WordPress for the site will be seeing? Or is that computer specific?
No, anybody.
Anyone, okay, got
Yeah.
it. All right.
Okay. So, and you may or may not notice this, but your menus are different now. Because
Yeah, it looks a
before,
bit different.
they weren't popping out to the side, they were vertical. Okay. So, now that I've done that, come in here, your theme. No, it's not, I want this one. Now there are two kinds of updates. I just updated the core WordPress software to your site. Now I'm going to update the theme itself, which is, this is a premium theme that I pay for access to these themes, and which you'll see, it's iThemes. Okay, if you ever want to get a membership, I don't know, like $200 for the year. And so I own all of these themes. I licensed them for a year. And you can, yeah. No, that's all theme pass. Well, anyway, you can go to the website and see exactly what it costs. But your site, okay, WordPress is built on, you have a parent theme and a child theme. This is the parent theme, Builder. Okay, so this is the first thing we got to upgrade. Details, version 3.3. Okay, the most current version is 4.11. Okay, now, so it's pretty simple. Just come back over here. No, okay, good. Go to install things. Upload. Now I've already downloaded the theme from iThemes to my hard drive. Okay, so you just click Browse, Documents, Software, WordPress, iThemes. Okay, I got Builder 4.11 sitting in here. Just click it, click Open, click Yes. And then click Install.
So will this update the theme of my site itself, or which theme is it updating exactly?
The theme of your site.
Interesting.
Yeah. And it's moving a little slow because of the, we're on a wireless network and not, like if we were at my house and on I got a cable internet system, it would already be done. So it's installing. So that's the core theme. Then I'm going to go and update the child theme, because the way WordPress works, or the way a premium theme works, you got a premium theme that provides the core functionality. Then you have a child theme that you make all the changes to.
Okay.
Okay. Um, I guess in the last 2.5, 3 years. Initially, you would just upload one theme and make all your changes. And then somewhere, I guess, WordPress, I guess, they decided it was a better way to do that. So that's when they started coming out with child themes. So thus, that's why you've got both. Because like if you were to hypothetically change your theme to a free theme, most free themes, they don't come in dual.
Just one particular theme.
Right. But you've got a lot more functionality in the themes that I've uploaded for you than what you would have in a free theme.
Second one, I'm sorry. Just got a little urgent message here. Let's see what her deal is.
No problem.
Sorry.
No, not at all. Now, as you can see, a backup zip file of the old theme version can be downloaded here.
Mhm.
Not a big deal. That's why I just did the backup. So we go, back here, just to verify. So now when we scroll down to Builder, 4.11. Okay. So then we come up. Now right now you've got, you may have the most, let me see, that may be, you've got foundation blank. Oh, it's right there, version 2.02, let me see. Foundation blank. Oh, 4.02, wow. Oh, this is a responsive theme now. Okay, good stuff. Now, this will be, you'll like this. I'll explain in a second. So, let me just, I need to download. No, wrong one. Back up. Oh, fiddlesticks.
Interesting. So it's a, so you need to upgrade each one, obviously, in order to make, or to get some of the more current functionality.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of the most current functionality is security related.
Okay.
Okay. Foundation blank. Here, past it, remote. Save. Oh, okay. I got the most current version there. Good. Okay, so upload, browse, foundation blank, 402. Is this a yes?
So you use matching foundations?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And after this one, then your site will be completely up to date. The difference will be, you'll see this in just a moment. Beautiful. Install successfully, that's what you want to see. Now, so then if we go back, and there you go, 402. So now, when we go out, look at your site. Now it looks the same, but it's been updated. Okay. Now what you may notice right away, and I don't know, maybe you didn't see this before, but prior to doing the updates, these were not up there, they were kind of down.
Across the page, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, okay, now we've done that. Now, here's what I want you to do. Pull your site up on your phone.
interesting. It looks different.
You know what?
Oh, the mobile theme is on. No wonder. Give me 1 second.
Oh, here. You know what? Let me turn that off here. I didn't realize.
I had the mobile theme turned on my phone, so the look is going to be different. There it is.
But that's also, it's also here in your site too. See if I go to plugins. That's what but yeah. What you have now is it's called mobile, it's a responsive theme. Some of the latest updates that iThemes did with the foundation in particular is called responsive, which means no matter what screen size you look at it on, it resizes to give you an optimum look and feel, no matter what the device.
Oh, cool.
So even though it's not a mobile, you don't have a true mobile site, it gives the feel of a mobile site because it's responsive.
Right.
Which is a pretty significant upgrade. When I'm building a mobile site for somebody, it's about $500. So you got more or less the functionality without having to.
Just by upgrading the.
Yeah. Where is it here? Here, that's it right there, WP Touch. Yeah, I don't like WP Touch anymore. 2 years ago, it was a good option. I don't like it anymore. Now I build custom mobile sites, or in your case, you got a good shake with a responsive theme, and they may have updated that plugin, but I had it on my site and I got rid of it. So now you won't. Well, people, they'll get what you just got. Okay, so that being done, now let's just hit these other updates quickly. Just hit those, do updates. This is the other thing that you'll see right away that changed. The bottom here, you'll notice before I had one bottom navigation in here for you. It was like home, about us, services, contact us. When you update the core theme, which is Builder itself, that's what brought this change about. Okay. Takes a little bit to go in and switch it back because you got to go in and create, get the footer file and change it, and that gets in the code and all that kind of stuff. That's one change I really would like to see Builder make, is to make it easier to customize the footer. Now, okay, so SEO. So we're going back to metadata. So right here on the top of the list, so we're going to work through now keyword and meta description and metadata. Thanks for that. Okay, no. Okay, so you've got a plugin in here called All-in-One SEO. This is where your primary metadata settings are adjusted, all of them, meta description and meta tags. So you come in, This has to always be enabled status. But here are your title tags for the website. Okay, that's where those are set. This is the home description. And so you'll notice that what I was doing consistently was Atlanta Pest Control here, Atlanta Pest Control here, and Atlanta Pest Control. Okay, that's the primary keyword phrase that most people are looking for based on keyword research, and it's been like that for the last couple of years.
Okay.
It doesn't change a whole lot. That's where SEO is a little easier for a local business like yours. So that's consistent across the board. I put your phone number right up front because that's what people oftentimes want to do. They want to pick up the phone and give you a call. So you want that prominent. So this right here is when people search Pest Control Atlanta, and then your link is there, and then there's a description of your site beneath the link.
Mm-hmm.
That's what this is.
Okay.
Okay. This plugin enables you to specify what you're saying about your company. There we go. Don't worry about those. Okay. This was a promotional page. Eyes. And certain pages you don't want the search engines just to be able to find at will. So that's what's interesting. It's coming up, nothing found. Those boxes are movable, by the way.
Okay.
So anytime you go in here, you make changes to anything up in here, and you just come down, hit the update button.
Okay.
So that takes care of meta description and metadata, meta tags. Meta tags are just, you've got the title tag, but then you also have your keywords, which you saw, it was Atlanta Pest Control, Georgia, so there were 2 key keywords in there.
Right.
The truth of the matter is, in today's SEO world, keywords don't mean as much as they used to. Right there, we still fill them out, but people who really know SEO know those really aren't a big deal.
Okay.
But your title tags are a big deal.
Okay.
Okay.
These H1, H2, H3, and H4 tags?
Yes. So, pages. So let's roll into pages, and then we're going right into H1, H2, H3. So when you're creating, and this is going to be the same for a page or a post.
You have to click on all pages or add new?
Nope, it's actually rolling through. If you click on pages here or all pages, it works the same. It's just me now, just moving kind of slow. Okay, so let's see. Here, this is it. So this is your home page. Oh wow, this is back in 2011 we did this.
Yeah. Wow, the connection is really slow here.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my mobile connection actually.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's 3G.
No, I'm on 3. Yeah, I'm on 3G too. Yeah.
Sometimes it picks up 4, it just depends on where I am. It's working both of us right now though. Come on. Come on, come on, come on.
So what are these descriptors here?
That's your all-in-one SEO plugin on the actual page, which I'll show you right now.
Okay.
Oh, I hope I don't have to go in and do that fix right now. We'll find out really quickly. I hope that's not going to happen. WordPress, WordPress can be kind of quirky. It's gotten a lot better over the years. It's been 5 years now for me using it. But So it's a lot more stable. They made an update like in the last 8 months. It was the update before this update, which is why it should not happen to your site, but we're gonna know in just a second. If there's a problem, though, I can fix it. Thank you, Jesus. They did a upgrade where all of your content disappeared. It was there, but you couldn't see it and you couldn't edit it.
Wow.
So then you had to go into the host and adjust some code and all that kind of stuff. And I learned how to do it relatively quickly, but it's just a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
Okay, so and it's still coming up because all your icons aren't showing up. But we can at least get around here. Now, so those columns that you just asked about came from this all-in-one SEO pack. So on the page, and again, this is where I went through and I just did your basic SEO when we initially set the site up. So your core pages, I set up a title, a description, and keywords. And that's where those columns came from. You only want to do that on your primary pages. When I say primary page, if you want a page to be found in the search engine listings, you do the SEO here. Certain pages you don't want to be found, you don't do that. Like if you were giving away a free report, but the only people who are supposed to get the free report are people who opt in, you don't fill the stuff out for that.
Okay.
Okay.
What I should have done too, I needed to send you a copy of a document. I had a just sort of an analysis done, and I want to see what your thoughts. I'll give you a copy of it. What your thoughts were on just some suggestions to change on the site.
Sure, absolutely. Man, this thing is taking forever.
You've already hit on several of them already, so.
Yeah, good stuff. Oh, like great.
Yeah, because that was the next thing I was going to ask you. What should I do at all this, if anything?
That's good. H1 headline, body text, image. All that, yeah. Okay. I mean, just glancing at this, basically it's pretty good. Oh boy, this is amazing. Let me try and do an F5 and see what happens. Here's what I recommend, Vinny. I did this for a site last week. If you go to Fiverr and buy a social bookmarking gig, spend $5, buy a social bookmarking gig and look for the one, I got the one that was 800 social bookmarks for $5. That's the first thing I do for your SEO. I got a site in 24 hours to page 2. It was a brand new website. 24 hours I got it to page 2. I just learned it.
So what is this? What does this social bookmarking do? So is that this piece here? Are you getting things to point to you, or what is?
The social bookmarking? We talked about dig and stumble.
Oh, dig and stumble upon. Okay, yeah.
But there are other sites. Those are just 2 examples. There are other websites where you can do social bookmarking. And
Okay.
again, it's just that. It's like the article about the rat, that somebody read that, or they got that information. They wrote a blog post, and it's taking that blog post and saying, okay, I want other people to read this blog post. So they take that blog post and they go to a highly trafficked site and they create a bookmark
Okay,
so that it becomes more prominent for people to see.
okay.
And that's basically all social bookmarking is. So what happens is, but I couldn't tell you, like, I'm sure there are probably millions of websites where you can do social bookmarking. So what happens is when you go to Fiverr and you spend $5 to get a social bookmarking gig, what's going to happen is someone who owns a piece of software, that if you had to buy the software, like there's the number one that I'm aware of, social bookmarking software out there, it's called Bookmarking Demon. It's $150. Now after you buy it, then you got to learn how to use it.
Mhm.
Go to Fiverr, pay $5. Somebody else who already has bought it and knows how to use it. You know, let them do the social bookmark. You just tell them what keyword you need optimized, the link to the site you want optimized, and they'll take care of it for you within 24 hours.
And so how often will these updates need to happen? Sorry, it's my daughter calling me.
Oh, no, it's okay.
I'm sorry. Hey, you done? I'm sure you do. I'm still finishing up with Ramon, so I'm still in a meeting with Ramon. If you can give me just a little bit, I'll give you a call back and I'll head that way. I'll talk to you soon. Love you too.
Okay, beautiful. Now it's done. When you say how often, I would do the first one, and then I'd look for the results and see what happens
Okay.
over the next 48 to 72 hours.
Okay.
I'll show you this. It was, help me. Moved on me that quick. There. This site right here, I created this site, and within 24 hours, so this is page 1.
Wow.
For this keyword phrase, Anchor Hospital Reviews. Now this is the whole psychology behind this, and I'm not going to take the time to explain to you in depth, but what I can promise you is social bookmarking works. It probably won't get you to page 1, but it will boost your rankings.
Okay.
Okay. This is a particular site that I built. I am in the process of reaching out to this hospital because they got a pretty crappy reputation.
Okay.
The score speaks for itself.
I actually might know somebody. Do you know people there?
No.
I may be able to get you some connections there.
Okay.
The other thing I do is on the side is substance abuse treatment. So
Yeah, you mentioned that. You mentioned it to me. I forgotten about that. I was just researching companies. I stumbled across them. I said, ooh, they really need help. So, and this really was like a case study for me because I'd never done this before. So I said, well, I got this methodology. I said, let me try it. And literally, I built the website on Monday, built it, put it together, paid $5 for a social bookmarking gig, the 800 that I just told you about, the next day.
wow.
Okay. But mind you, this is the title tag that I put into the site. I wanted to show up specifically for when people type in Anchor Hospital Reviews because you got a bad reputation. People are looking for information about your reputation. But what I want them to find, what you want them to find, Anchor Hospital, is you want them to find the good reviews.
Mm-hmm.
I put together a site that if you go look at it, what you find is really just a couple of good reviews. It's a real simple WordPress site. But what they need is they got to put together, they got to put their positive reviews out so that people can find them. And they got 2 5-star reviews. It's a real simple site for me to put together. And I mean, realistically, it probably took me about 4 hours to do that. Okay. But what happens is when I walk in, if I just walk in the door saying, well, hey, I can help you guys. Oh, sure you can. Everybody says they can help us. No, I did this before we ever spoke. But it's an ultra easy, because it's a 3-word phrase, not only 3-word, but it's a specific keyword phrase that people are looking for, that there's no competition. This is not a competitive phrase, but it's a phrase specific to a particular site. Let me show you exactly what I mean. Because if you go to a site that's a little more competitive, not to mention, this is a .org. If you go to Dr. Roof reviews, I did the same thing for Dr. Roof. Now, they got a decently good reputation in some places, but on here they got 15 out of 30, so that's 50%.
Hmm.
They got 2 stars there, but they got 5, you know. I built that site.
Hmm.
Top of page 2. I did the same exact thing. I built the site, and when I finished building the site, I went and got the gig. Now, this is an existing video that they had already had created. I just set the video up in a player so it a little nicer look, but I put their reviews right there on the front end. But I just used that to illustrate. And this, now I was hoping to get this to page 1. I couldn't get it to page 1. So that's why some things you have to test and you find, okay, this was a .com, that was a .org, the Anchor Hospital. A couple differences. And again, it's for a very particular phrase that I'm trying to rank.
Right.
So, but see, here's the thing. There is zero competition for this phrase. Nobody's trying to rank for doctor
Reviews.
Okay.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
So when you take Atlanta Pest Control, oh, that's a whole different ball of wax, because you got how many companies trying to rank for that one keyword.
Mm-hmm.
So will social bookmarking help you? Yes, that's one aspect of SEO. But because there's a lot of competition around that keyword phrase, right now, if we did some rank checking, I can't say up front, but what my guess would be, if you're ranked 55, you might move from 55 to 38. It's going to help, okay? But I'd be shocked if it jumped you to page 1. Like, I'd be literally blown off the map. But again, obviously I'm going to give that to you because it'll help.
So on the social bookmarking, if we put in Atlanta Pest Control, what's keeping the company Atlanta Pest Control from showing? Because there's an actual company by that name.
It depends on what's going on there with their site.
Okay.
There could be any number of variables. Like,
I mean, could they benefit from my submission?
no,
Okay.
no, because even though you're using the phrase Atlanta Pest Control, but you're using the phrase, but it's pointed directly to your URL.
Okay.
You're using Atlanta Pest Control, but it's pointed to On Target Pest Control. Peachtree Pest Control is using Atlanta Pest Control, but in their case, it's pointed to Peachtree Pest Control.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, and that's where the competitive aspect comes from.
Got it. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So the social bookmarking, though, yeah, I would immediately, because it's a $5. It's a $5 investment. It's gonna help you. I just can't say how much because of the amount of competition that's around that keyword phrase.
It was worth investigating that for sure, immediately.
So, so this is where we were. So we're done with that. So I can close this. I'll close this. And I can also close this. Now, H1, H2, and H3. So when you're writing content, now this is actually your home page. This is an H1 tag, okay? This is where you get your H1, H2, H3, H4. You only want to use one H tag per post or post article, or per article. So you want an H1 tag, it shows up in the title, you're done. You don't want to use an H1 again. The first thing that you want to use in the page or the post is an H2. So you might write a subtitle, put an H2 in there. Then you write another subtitle, do an H3. Typically an H1, H2, H3 is enough. I don't really typically play with the H4s in SEO, okay? So if I were doing more extensive SEO on your site, like, okay, here,
It's an H2, right?
yeah, that's gonna be in, yeah, H2, okay? And then when we come down, I made that an H3, okay? So those are your basics right there. And that's typically my pattern. Headline, somewhere about midway through the post, I'm gonna do an H2, and then the very last sentence, I'm gonna do an H3. Now this is where, let's see, contact. This is how I would strengthen it. Boom. Now,
See, I'm wondering, the interesting thing, Ramon, is looking at, say, Peachtree Pest Control's website. I gotta go back and take a closer look, but I'm not so sure of the language that they use, but they are a top ranking site. I mean, they're up there. And there's probably other things that they're doing in addition to this, obviously, so.
oh yeah,
But it's just interesting, like we're spending a lot of energy in putting the top keyword phrase in the text. And I'm not sure what their language is in their site. I gotta go back and take a look at it. I'm sure I'll find some of this in there. It's probably just the way they wrote it too, so.
and I did see 551 links comparatively speaking. Yeah, right
It's
there.
interesting, look at this guy, man, he's
Yeah,
got 12,000 links.
Right. But here's the question. Here's my question.
What's
to
the
that.
quality of the links?
Are they junk links? They might be junk links. They might get, if all of these are page rank of 1, and these are page rank 3, 4, that's why they can have fewer and still rank higher, because it's a higher quality link. Here's another factor that Google looks at. When people land on your site, how long do they stay? See, Google, they monitor all that. So if the average person comes to their site and they're sitting there for 8 to 10 minutes, forget the linking now totally. We're just talking about how much does your site help the end user, and how does Google measure that? By the amount of time somebody spends on your site.
How do I find out which links are pointing to my site? Is there a way to find that out?
Yeah. Which links? I'm trying to think. I just got a brand new, and just to show you. I still am going through the instructions on how to use it. This is a new SEO software I just invested in the last 2 weeks. I don't know. See, Whew. This is one of the challenging things about my industry, and in particular just where my business is right now. It would take me, and I've got to do this, I got to do it for a couple other projects, but I got to allocate 2 hours just to learn this right here, right now.
Wow.
I know a good 2 hours will easily. I probably got a 18 to 21 page PDF, read through the PDF, that's 30 minutes. Tinker with this, go in, play with it here, play with it there, try this, try that. I'll eat up 2 hours just like that.
Yep.
And honestly, truth is, I don't have 2 hours.
I know the feeling.
But I got to do it for some projects that I'm working on.
Yep.
But my point is, this software might do it, I don't know. I got this software on special in the Warrior form that I just showed you. It's a $200 software. I got it for 27 bucks. Seriously.
Wow.
The special, I think they just wrapped up about a couple days ago.
Wow.
It was a 27 buck deal though. But, and most people have used this software for a affiliate marketing, not offline marketing. Now, here's the primary software that closes.
Do they have other software at this place, this site you're talking about?
Oh, yeah, but what you don't want to get into, you don't want to get into some software you buy is good and worth the money. Some software, and this is honestly why you call somebody like me, so you don't have to spend time and money going through it, because I'm gonna go through several to figure it out. This is the software. That's a great software for it. This is a great software. This will do, I don't know what they use to provide this. This is a software that's licensed.
High rankings on Google and other search engines are crucial to the success of any online business.
Okay. $200. I invested in it. I need to update my license because my license on it is not current. This software is excellent. It will kick out a 50-page report like that on a website. It will tell you who your top competitors are for one keyword. So if I typed in Atlanta Pest Control, your URL, hit the button, like literally within 3 minutes, it's going to run through all these gyrations and it'll spit out a report, and it will show you your top 10 competitors for that one keyword, and it will show you exactly what steps that need to be gone through to get your site to page one. It's a $200 piece of software. Works well. I think they may have, let's see. $250, $500 if you want the agency version. The agency version just lets you take off their name. I put on my company name, so when you get the report, all you see is 48 Days Marketing Coach. Okay. Just great piece of software. I'm trying to remember though, they update it on a regular basis because Google updates their algorithm on a regular basis. So that way, when they're telling you, here's what you need to do, well, then Google changed their algorithm. Now all of a sudden what they just told you 2 weeks ago changes. So you got to run a new report. I mean, it's worth the investment. It's just, here again, if that new software I just pointed to is going to take me 2 hours, this is going to take me 4.
Yep.
I mean, and this is the good, but in answer to your question, it might answer the question you said, how can I tell who's already linking to me? Here's a site that I am thinking about, because again, I got another prospective client that that's on the table right now, and I'm working through what they actually need. I don't believe that software will provide the kind of assessment that they need. So here I am, I'm looking at this. See, it's just like you got one thing for ant bait, you got something else for spiders, you got something, it's like that. Okay, what? Oh, I left the S out. So right now, I'm not 100% certain in terms of the answer. So I'm telling you, I'm really just thinking out loud. I'm looking at them, and I'm also looking at Majestic. Majestic will tell you, they will tell you your linking history. Where did I see? Here, backlink history checker. Okay, so this, if I understand what, if this does what I think it does, this would provide what you just asked for.
Okay. Now the other software that you talked about, the one you're currently using, the one you recommended, I get. Does
Yes.
that do any of those types of analytics? Or?
No.
Okay.
Now this one is $50 a month. For the silver, and obviously,
Right.
okay. The software that I was recommending to you, there, SEO Presser 5, for version 5. I started out with them 2 years ago, maybe 3. I don't remember when it was. So, you know, I recommend them hands down without thinking about them.
And that will help me to write a lot of the content that we're talking about.
Yes, and I'll show you it on my, because I just uploaded, installed. Of course, you can go with the $47 version as long as you got one site.
You know, I only have one site at this time, so.
Right, yeah, exactly. And that's, I'd make it pay for itself before getting the full deal. But I want you to at least see it. And okay, this is because I've already used it, I know the basic functionality of it, so I know how to just kind of get in here and use it. But the most updated features, I still got to go through training on it. I could probably get through it in 20, 30 minutes just because I'm already familiar with it. So if I go into posts, and let me go to here. I got a score 60 on this one. Okay, so what happens is, see, there it is. So it's telling me right away, you got one keyword in bold, one bold. I've already mentioned kind of you bolding, italics. It just automates it for you. It gives you a score, which is a really good way to know where am I in the process. It lets me know my keyword density is at 1.02. It's telling me what suggestions here. You got one in the H1, one keyword in the H2, one in the H3. You can target up to 3 keywords per post or per page. Use more LSI keywords. LSI stands for latent semantic indexing. Now, I gotta go back because I don't remember. See, this is an update. This was not a part of the previous version that I used to work with. So even though I know what that means, I got to familiarize myself, because like I told you, I just haven't been paying attention to my own SEO, because I got to a point where I could outsource it for clients, and you know, I've just been busy doing other things. But add more images. Okay, got it. Section your content using more headings. So the H1, H2, H3, and then over optimization warning, you're safe. No over optimization is detected.
So this section here, these are the things you're doing well?
Yes.
And the things that are down there are the recommendations?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, here, see, all of this stuff is brand new. Rich snippets. It's a whole conversation about rich snippets. We won't even get into that today, because I'm just really learning about rich snippets. Social SEO, likewise, you know, I know right away that, let's see, image usage. See, I'd have to see how to that. I know when I think social SEO, it's what we talked about, Facebook, Twitter, and the conversation that's going on in the social space around your content. However, what they mean about social SEO, that's a training aspect for me. What does it mean inside of this plugin? I don't know. Doubling core, brand new. Enable, disable, I don't know. I'd have to take a look at that, and just glancing at it, there's nothing about it that really makes sense to me. And then add tags, gather the tags from the service. Okay, so you know, there are a few aspects there that, you know, are part of the whole SEO presser, you know, but so when I'm writing content, in case you didn't know, let me just close this for now. You know, you can move these.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So, because this is what you really want. You move this here. Okay, so that ideally, so therefore now when I'm writing, see now, so if I go in here and as I'm writing, and then I hit update, I can see what changes are being made on the fly. So that's how that works. And then of course, you know, I get to refresh the analysis, whatever I need to. Okay, so let me do this. So yeah, let me go through this from top to bottom, and I think this should the pieces should come together a little bit. So let's say I'm going to start writing a blog post, right, or a page, and I'm going to use this because this is where I am right now in my business. So I want to let people know what I'm doing with reputation marketing. So the first thing I'm going to do is pop over here, and I'm going to say, I'm just going to type in a handful of words and terms that I know relate to what I want to talk about, and what I'm really trying to do is I want to get a gauge on what are people really looking for. Okay, so, and I'm going to just create a